AITA for not giving my ex temporary child support relief so he can pay for his stepkids. My ex and I, both 32, were married for 10 years. In all honesty, we were both too young to marry 18, and we'd grown up in a very religious environment that set us up to fail because we were encouraged by our parents to court and then marry and have children, which we did. He was set up to work for his family so he could earn money while I was expected to end all education and be a SHM, which I mostly did, but I did seek out online school while my kids were very young. But I never worked. My ex wouldn't allow it, and my family and his discouraged it strongly. 4 years ago, at the start of 2020, my ex told me he wanted to end our marriage and that he had fallen in love with someone else. He told me he hadn't cheated yet, but knew it was coming to that, and he wanted to be with her in the right way, which meant ending our marriage and marrying her before anything physical happened. He left me in a fucked up place, no income of my own, no job experience at all, and I was totally reliant on him and his family most of all. Despite what he said, he moved in with his now wife right away, though both claimed in separate bedrooms. Our divorce was a mess. They didn't want him to owe me anything. I asked the courts to grant me alimony until I could secure stable employment, which they granted, and after several short-lived jobs, I did secure employment and alimony came to an end, but I will never make as much as him. Despite my ex disappointing his family with his actions, they continued to employ him and they increased what he makes so he could provide comfortably for everyone, and more than comfortably even. He was ordered to pay a substantial amount of child support, even with 50-50 custody, because of the disparity between his house and mine. This money goes into providing my kids with a good quality of life. I couldn't provide it for them without the support. Though I am far more comfortable now than before and can save a little for their futures. My ex's household full-time is his wife, her 2 children from another relationship, and their 1 child together. Our kids are there 50% of the time. Recently, my ex asked the court to relieve some of his child support burden, and he said his stepkids had some medical and dental procedures he needed the money for. The courts did not rule in his favor and told him he had an obligation to maintain our children's quality of life. After court, he approached me to ask to relieve him temporarily. He asked for 2 months so he can pay for the things his stepkids need. I refused to let him off the hook on child support. I do believe he has stuff for his stepkids that need paying for, but our kids need to be supported too, and I don't want to make them suffer for his choices. He and his wife went on a very personal attack about how uncharitable and greedy I am. They also called me vindictive. AITA.